Every time you see 5 colors and 10 rings, what do you think of? And every time you breathe in and pull back, what do you think of? And every time you breathe out and release, what do you think of? And every time you get a bullseye and the pride fills your chest, you know it's archery. The thrill of launching arrows down a range is enough to make anyone smile. But have you ever wondered how it all came to be? What changes it took to be in your hand today? And most importantly, why change? This is a question asked many times by many people. And one of the best ways to explain that is through the evolution of archery. On a day long ago, did a caveman walk up a hill and find a bow and arrow lying on the ground? No. Ancient archery was such a technological advancement for men of old. They could now use long-range weaponry for hunting and warfare, which was very important back then. There are 4 main changes within archery that represent modernization the most. First off, even before the bow, there was an inspiration. There always is. In this case, it was something called an atlatl, and it wasn't a bow at all, but a spear thrower, which required much power and accuracy to use. The bow was a major improvement over this, allowing less skilled users to wield long-range weaponry. The longbow was the very first bow to be invented, but it was as big as the person using it, and as you can imagine, was much of a clutter to carry around. The recurve was significantly shortened, but was able to sustain the same power as the longbow with its outer curved edges. Since the advent of gunpowder, archery's importance in warfare decreased, and instead it became used as a competitive and recreational sport, said World Archery 2017. No longer being needed in warfare, there was yet again a change, this time from a man purely experimenting. He sawed off the ends of a recurve and replaced them with pulleys, out of pure curiosity. This version was far from complete, but when finished, it would offer the most effective bow yet, the compound bow. It was shortened even more for extra maneuverability and was way more accurate with high-tech sights, stabilizers, and rests. In archery, the relationship between modernization and change is that a change was needed, which made it more modern. The difference between the compound bow and the very first version, the atlatl, is insane. How much it changed and adapted throughout time and all around the world. Archery is very important because it teaches us the universal theme that things change depending on the change they are needed for. Maybe if archery was still needed in war, it would have changed and adapted into something besides the compound bow. Maybe something that would have been more suitable for warfare. Archery is very popular and has adapted so much since its primitive ancestors. It teaches us that no matter where you are in the world, we are always connected through something. And in this case, that's archery.